Hello everybody, and just here and welcome back to Revue Starlight, the movie! This is like the fourth time I'm starting this recording. First it was some audio sync issues, then the camera froze. I have my phone plugged into the wall charger. Hopefully the camera isn't gonna freeze, but holy fucking shit, it's a 2 hour long movie. Silly me thinking anime movies are like 40-50 minute stops. Silly me. Add into that the discussion, add into that the closing thoughts, add into that checking the voice actors if there are any new characters, checking the staff if I so fancy, and we're easily looking at a 4 hour long video, probably the longest video on my channel, not counting the stream VODs. Yeah, I think so. I think some of my streams might have been longer, but not by much. And you're stuck with me here. I mean, I know you can pause the video and resume watching it on the next day, or you can just stop watching it after the reaction, or you can do whatever you want, but for the sake of the argument, let's just say you're stuck with me here for 4 goddamn hours. I have my coffee, I have a glass of compote, I have a bottle of water, I have a bowl of red gooseberries, and I think also blackcurrant. Yeah, that's blackcurrant. If I need to snack on something during the runtime of the show. Uh, and yeah, I think I'm prepared. I think I'm as prepared as I can be because this movie seems to be insanity incarnate. At least if the after credits scene is to be believed. And at this point, I don't know what is to be believed. And I think that's one of the main driving forces, main selling points, that you don't know what is to be believed. Because before that after credits scene, I was of the opinion, first of all, that the sequel isn't really needed because the main story, the main show ended very well, and the OVAs rounded up that good ending even more. So, right? What's there to add? Their story has concluded. But I heard voices from people who were of the same opinion, and later they did a 180 after watching this movie and came to believe that this movie might actually be needed. It's not just a sequel for the sake of being a sequel, it's actually kind of fun, it's actually kind of great, it's good that it's here. So I'm looking forward to changing my opinion as well. Hopefully. Before that end credit scene, after credit scene, I also had some ideas of what the sequel might be. Right, the obvious choice would be some sort of a Revue Starlight, the next generation. Some first years are coming to school, and our main characters are now taking care of those first years, or something along those lines, right? And maybe the first years are roped into the review, something like that. My other idea was that maybe it's a time skip by a few years, and all the cast, all of the main characters went forward with their lives, and they're meeting by chance in some theater because they've been hired to present one and the same play, to take part in the same play, and that's kind of like a reunion. I wanted to say reunation, but no, that's not a word. A reunion after years, and that could be fun. Something like that, but after seeing blood and death, I have no clue. I have no clue, because what can this movie be all about? Is it actually gonna be like a second stage of reviews, where if you die in real life? I don't know. Is it gonna be an alternate reality where they can die, but they can revive each other with the power of music? I don't know. Is there gonna be another review held by a fucking narwhal? I've no idea. Is everything been going on inside of Banana's head and the reality is that everybody's dead? I don't know. I don't know. But all those theories are equally as impossible as they are plausible. And that scares me. I'm scared of this movie. I really am scared of this movie. Not only is it super long, I also have no clue what to expect of it. But I don't think I can prolong it any further. And we should just start watching it. So, here's your subs. Here's my sound. And a reminder of support that you can support my channel on Patreon or thrown monetarily. On Patreon, you can get early access to videos like this, for example, or others. Whatever is going to be replacing Revue Starlight, you're gonna get access to that early, up to 1 week, so that's cool. And if you just don't want to spend money but still want to support the channel, share my content, share my videos, spread the word. I heard that there aren't many, if any, channels that reacted to a Revue Starlight movie, so hey, that might be a nice chance to share my content with fellow fans of the franchise and help me out and give some people something to watch. So hey, everybody wins, right? And yeah, with all that, I need to stop dwindling, stop dawdling, and start watching Revue Starlight, the movie, with subs by Veggie. Yeah, Veggie subs. Right? Veggie subs. Let me double check. Revue Starlight movie, Veggie sub. Yep. Veggie subs were recommended to me. I have no reason to go against recommendations, so I'm gonna be using Veggie subs. And right, we can finally start watching it. In 3, 2, 1, go. Kinema Citrus. Yep. The Crown. Tomato. Or a tomato. And it exploded. How profound. And Karen in the desert, because of course. That's my question as well. Okay. A grid? Concrete position zeros? A stage was broken? Right, that's an interesting question. Karen was all about standing on the same stage together. They stood on the same stage together. They starlighted. But what next? She achieved her goal. The promise was fulfilled. So what now? A brand new performance, huh? Okay, so was the stage inside of the Tower of Starlight Gathering, inside of some imaginary desert? That's a cool shot. And here's blood. Is it Hikari Henshin time, or maybe not? silver or steel position zeros? Yeah. Why don't? uh, sure. That's a lot of position zeros. A horizontal ladder, a shadow of a grider, whatever, a train. Huh? What? Okay, maybe it was just in medias res, and we're just gonna go to the beginning, how they got there. Maybe. Hopefully. First years? Yeah, first years. 101. Karan is 99. This is Tendo Maya. For some college? Stage actress, yeah. Oh, already for some company. Question is, will Claudine join you? I see the sparkles of glimmer hasn't gone anywhere. Okay. Claudine's going back to France. They're splitting apart. And they're already last years. I think by the time um, Revue Starlight ended the series, they were in like second grade. Now they're in the third. Oh, what happened with your baton, Mahiru? It's unlike you. Will be named Senkaryun 12. That's an ambition. Let me guess, Karen is gonna be the only one undecided where to go. Because she had no real goal besides I want to Starlight with Hikari. I see they're even training Kendo. Interesting. Yeah, Futaba ever the ambitious. Banana. Okay, so she learned something new. Junna. Hmm. Okay, that's also a choice. The quotes again. Who's that? Is that Karen? That doesn't sound like Karen's voice. And that doesn't sound like Banana's voice. What kind of tomfuckery is going on? Okay, we're getting an extended version of this scene with Karen. No choices, of course. Yeah, great performance, wasn't it? It's almost like real tears. Oh, Hikari is withdrawing. Yeah, you need just a little bit more training to be on a stage in London, I feel. Okay. To be an actress in London without good knowledge of English. Sounds like a plan. And they became fast friends. Is she also gonna do a little curtsy? Or maybe not. Some stereo sound. You gonna respond in kind? Okay, not quite, but it's progress. Hmm? Oh, it's the playground near the Tokyo Tower. Why are you running away from Hikari, though? Okay, she just wants to game. Nothing wrong with that. She's a gamer at heart. Ah, they missed each other's glances. And that's how they became friends. Playing with each other's castanets. Yep. And Karen is now part of the group. But mostly part of a pair. Karen and Hikari, friends since kindergarten. No fathers. Of course, we can't just have men in a nice Yuri setting. uh, Waku Waku Municipal Park. Waku Waku. Did Anya name it? Some dress up game on a Game Boy? What are you thinking, Hikari? You're feeling left out or something? You bought a new purse and you wanted to show it off, but you don't know how to approach your friend when she's with other friends? Ski what? The purse? Or the game? Kiramira, Kira, Shine, Sparkle? A play in a theater? Starlight? Starlight. Tickets? Tickets to Karen-chan. Oh, she still has it. Is it unopened? And she kept it in the picture frame. Some questionnaire? I mean, they are freshmen to a job, so yeah. Yeah, it's more like returning indeed. So I was correct to a degree in my assumption that it's gonna be about both a new generation and a their life out of school to a degree. Hmm? What's your problem now? What's your problem now, Kaoruko? The day of Hikari leaving? What day is it? You think I remember all the dates mentioned in the show? Oh, auditions for the review? Today is the day of the auditions. Okay, so she really wants to become a top star. Hello, Maya. Claudine, sorry. You're what? You're doing laundry. Is what she's doing. Eh. Wouldn't it be useful to re-roll back to the beginning of this year, huh? Okay, so they have a new play to gush over. Act how you should act. You should act like this. Like Maya is acting and the dude in the poster. I'm assuming that's also the goal of the trip. They wouldn't have given you the opportunity to ask questions if they didn't want to ask questions. Worried about Kaoruko? Seisho Music Academy. Okay, so some academies are performing. The stage of life? Oh, Kirin, hello. Is the train going to the world of Kirin? Yeah, that's the jingle. That's the jingle. And that's the symbol. You're not going to your chosen location, you're going to the dreamland. Ominous red lights. Is the train gonna turn into a stage? Scene change in progress. What the fuck is going on? Why are they going full Transformers there? Position 0, sure. Banana? Wild Screen Baroque, opening act. Everybody against Banana? Review of Annihilation? What the fuck? I'm loving the music though. That's completely out of nowhere. Instant Night? I'm loving the music. I really am. Gonna get annihilated, except this time the target isn't buttons, it's jugulars. No, I don't. I genuinely do not. What is finally here? Oh, a second sword. That was an amazing launcher. I love it. I love that there was a cool little launcher with like a compressed air thing built into it just to launch the sword at her. No, you're not. This is an annihilation. And two more are out. What the fuck is your deal, Banana? Just casually? If it's not an addition, then what the fuck is it? And I don't know this Nana either. I thought she's back to normal after she broke the time loop. Silly me. I'm really loving this song though. Yeah, I have no clue what you mean, Banana. What is your next station? Will you go to the next station of your life? What's the question here? Yeah, that's my exact question, Claudine. And Claudine is done. Everybody's done. Banana takes position 0. What was the point of this fight, though? Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but what the fuck do you mean by it? Oh. Well, Junna is dead. And Kaoruko is dead. Uh... uh oh. You're already... dead. Okay, is Kaoruko actually dead? I guess not. Okay, Kaoruko is a vampire. I did not see this twist. What the fuck just happened? What the fuck just happened on this train? The train will arrive at the next station without fail. What about you? What about the stage? We're already dead. Is it like the world will continue, but the next stage for you is death? And what happens after death? Is there an afterlife? Is there not? Are we already in an afterlife? Is it fucking angel beats? I'm glad that the blood was a stage prop though. So many position zeros. Is the movie about death and afterlife? with graduation being a symbol for death. Not being able to get into an acting troupe being death. If the only job you can find after finishing an acting school is a job at a call center, that means you're dead as a stage girl. And are you going towards that, or are you going towards being in a troupe? Are you still aiming to be a top star? If you're not a top star, then what's the point? It's as if you were dead. I don't know. I'm just spitting here. I'm just spitting bullshit. Is the train back to normal now? Well, at least the cart with Karen and Banana is. Yeah. Is Banana still having issues with change, or. And that's why I like you, because you're stagnated and I desire stagnation? I don't know. Yeah. Okay, so it is, at least in part, about Karen being undecided about her future, not having picked up any school or any job, any troupe that she wants to join. What was the review of Annihilation, though? Okay, who are you and who are you looking for? For your friends, and you're mostly just a nobody. Oh, she's one of the backstage girls. Everything's back to normal, everybody's back to school. But everybody's standing in the shadows, not daring to approach the stage. Banana? No. A rando. Because she wants to write a play, but it doesn't really work out. She's having a writer's block. Don't touch it. It's not done. Another promise? Okay, background girls having some nice tender moments. First draft for a new Starlight. Yeah, 101st Starlight. Or is it still 99th generation Starlight? Except their last performance, because they're gonna be graduating. Okay. Yeah. For sure. Yeah. Okay, a little bit of an encouragement. What you wrote is good, what you wrote is great, please write more. That positive feedback loop is very important. Kaoruko just peaced out. uh, Kaoruko never change. The brand new Tower of Starlight Gathering. Illuminated and all. All that's missing uh is the pink glow at the top, the ominous glow. Dead. Or that. Ah, Jesus. Why are you breaking the fourth wall, Banana? Why does it feel like you were talking at me? Why are you staring into my soul, Banana? Not even an actor. Oh, that's interesting. That's a very interesting bit of change from drawn style to like a clay figurine, I think. She's not incorrect. Her reproductions were keeping everybody from eventually dying. And now that they've been broken, they're all gonna eventually die. Sure. Kaoruko doesn't look any different. To the obsession of that girl to seeing her end? What? Putting an end to greed, to brutality? Why is the Kirin made out of food? Okay. Are you Jesus Christ? Is it gonna be Jesus? What? It's like those cursed videos you find on YouTube. What the fuck? Uh, I didn't finish my thought though. Is it gonna be a birth of a new tradition at the academy where they give each other the communion of Kirin's flesh? Except it's not a wafer, it's a thin slice of a tomato. Tokyo Tower is much more detailed now. And it's melting. It's melting into the sky. And atop, 2 stars. Except of equal size. Yep, it's cute. Okay, so Hikari's mother is sending letters back, but not Hikari. Does Karen not want to hear it? She is afraid? Because she promised that she's gonna be sending letters only, yeah. Only in one direction. Okay. Okay, so at the beginning it wasn't a ladder, it was tracks. It was train tracks. Exploded train tracks. Yeah, you need to find an answer to that. So far, your stage was wherever Hikari was. But what is it that you want past that? The house is already open for entry. Oh, hello, Kirin. Yeah? What about the stage? What about you? She's aimless. Besides that, not really. And it's back to normal. Widescreen Baroque ad on the wall and a tomato. Why a tomato? I don't know. So it can be squashed and look like blood? Is that why Kaoruko said it's tasty? Because it wasn't blood, it was tomato juice. What other significance is there to a tomato? Is the Japanese word for a tomato a wordplay on something else? I don't know what's Japanese for tomato, so I can't tell. Aijo Karen. Not gonna lie, watching Revue Starlight kinda makes me wish that I went with my dream of being an actor. Not gonna lie. Yeah, that's a bit of time, isn't it? But Karen doesn't want to hear them. Yep. And what would that be? Look her up where? On Facebook, I'm guessing? Also, I like Karen in a ponytail. Yeah, that is a fear. And they did both have that fear. Seisho Music Academy, the blood on the platter. Well, I know it's probably ketchup or tomato sauce, but yeah, indeed. For the 99th term. With a photo and the letter inside of it. Oh, a dude! A couple of dudes! Well, that's unexpected. Going where? Tower Donut? Okay, why are you looking up stage? I love the detail of condensation on the table. Yeah, what do you do at the theater? You do theater. Duh, stupid. She's not really looking towards the future. She's looking towards one specific time in the future. The time where she can stand on the stage with Hikari. Beyond that, she has no other plans. That's her issue. I think. I might be completely mistaken here. You gonna get onto the train or not? Now, what's the symbolism of a train? Something that only follows tracks in one direction. It cannot veer left, it cannot veer right, it cannot go back. It only goes forward as the tracks allow it. And what about it? The last chapter that nobody has seen it yet. Because their graduation play isn't completed? Kaoruko and Claudine. That's a nice die tower. Is it about Futaba? It's about Futaba. Because Claudine gave her a pep talk or something and told her to aim for some school that they are being separated. Kaoruko and Futaba. Futaba versus Kaoruko. It seems like they're still battling out their issues of Futaba following Kaoruko, but Kaoruko not pulling her own weight. And now it's also about Futaba going a different path. Yeah, you weren't supposed to go your own way, you were supposed to follow me. Yeah, we need to be equals. Yep. But Kaoruko takes it as Futaba leaving her, not as Futaba trying to catch up to her, for the sake of their relationship. Sexy main hole. We're changing the scenography. That's some smooth jazz. Kaoruko really works great as a Yakuza boss kind of character, doesn't she? Give her a big old tattoo on her back, give her a kimono with one shoulder down, like she had for a moment, and she'd be a perfect Yakuza boss. Okay, we passed an hour, it seems, because the counter rolled over. Let's take it outside. Review of Malice. Jesus! Annihilation? Malice? What are the themes now? Are you that I don't know is what you've become? Yeah. Yeah, I guess Futaba did become someone who Kaoruko doesn't necessarily recognize. Selfish highway. Don't need your opinion. Jeez, that's a lot going on the screen. Sasuke! Yes, you are useless lesbians, very much so. I'm glad you understand it. The blush, of course. Yes, Kaoruko very much is possessive. Thankfully, the truck was carrying some sakura petals. Oh, Kaoruko for the first time acting all submissive. Position 0. You are. And they also make a position 0 shape. Yes, you are! Yes, you are useless! The both of you! I'm glad you realize it. Okay. At least they were able to fight out their differences. It's interesting how it seems to be a little bit of a repeat of the themes of the main series. As in, for example, Futaba and Kaoruko have to fight out their differences, and here they also have to fight out their differences. But they're different differences, right? It's not like they're fighting over the same thing. They already fought over it, they already resolved it, but now they have something different they have to fight over. I like it. Okay, Mahiru. The baseball theme, yet again. Except much bigger, much grander. Olympics? That's an Olympic flame indeed. Is she gonna fight Hikari? She is gonna fight Hikari. Another cool music. Who knows? We're gonna fight over Karen now. I love the detail of speakers being just duct taped to the back of those cardboard cutouts. Yeah, there's no Karen here. It's only the two of us. Olympics, once every 4 years. And all sorts of different sports. And that's not a track gun, that's a gun! Hurdles, literal ones. Fencing now. They're gonna go through all the disciplines of Olympic Games. Gymnastics, yeah. Tennis, volleyball, baseball, synchronized swimming, basketball, boxing, weightlifting. That's what a rival is indeed. Oh, that was a quick loss. That was a very quick loss. Then again, Hikari wasn't really even trying, yeah. Mahiru is right here. Hikari wasn't even acting, she wasn't even fighting. That's scary. Are you feeling up for a game? Even the whole building is shaped like a cat. Those are discs with Mahiru's little interview, I think. Okay, she's not wrong. So that's her gripe. You were my love rival for Karen, and you got together with Karen eventually, and now you're just running? What the fuck? Yeah. Time to squash a tomato? Jesus, Mahiru. uh, Banana isn't as scary as Yandere Mahiru. Was. Ooh, that's a great shot. I love Mahiru's voice here. Will Hikari be remade in this instant? Or will she just squash on the ground like a tomato? Mr. White, glad you were here. Okay, so Mahiru broke Hikari. Tell that to Karen, not out in the air. Mahiru isn't giving up. And she's back to her. And she's back to herself. Okay, which Mahiru is real? Gold medal. With a button. A second chance at fighting. A rematch. We can share the burden because we are rivals. On the stage of Karen's affection. Yep, please do. Screaming your apologies into the void mean absolutely nothing. Space Crazy Cup. Was she acting, though? uh, I'm glad they didn't do some fucky wacky thing of her suddenly putting the gun to her head. I was afraid of that happening. Thankfully not. Okay, it's time for Junna. Junna and Banana. Junna and Hikari. Daiba film. Couple of wakizashis hanging in the air. Banana, hello. Ugly fruit that's ashamed of living after surviving. Are all those costumes available in the gacha is the question I have right now. Review of Hunting. Pen Power Sword. Ritual Sudoku. I know it's not called Sudoku. It's just a joke. And the tomato gets squashed, of course. Okay, so it's Junna's review, not Banana's. Interesting. Kira. And Junna fights with words. Interesting. Neither of them seems to have a button, though. That's also interesting. When does the review end and who's the winner if there is no button to be taken to decide that? Also interesting that it's Junna who's in control of the stage, not Banana. Okay, now they're gonna have their costumes. And Banana is in control. With a camera. It's going into my cringe compilation. Why the past tense? And what is your gripe, Banana? That Junna gave up being the lead? Oh, she broke the crystal in her bow. She did not cut her button. Okay, will Junna find her new... Yeah, why is it in past tense? Will Junna find her new conviction? Yeah. She just continues repeating quotes. What are you gonna do with this wakizashi? Gonna use it to fight? Yeah. Oh, that's cool. That's a cool scene. She embedded the shards of her gem in this wakizashi that was meant to be her end. And she found her conviction again. And she's no longer fighting from the shadows, from distance with her bow, no longer fighting like a coward. She's getting into melee range with a sword. That's also a significant thing. Well, hard to see if everything's filled with blinding yellow light. Subsist on nothing but the haze of your pipe dream. All you do is parrot borrowed lines. She's not incorrect. Junna is throwing a quote after a quote. But she did make a quote of her own once. But Junna is not gonna give up. Of course she's not. So another case where one member of the pair has a misconception about the other, and they have to fight out their misconceptions, their differences. She is remade. Yep. And the stage is hers again. Yep. I'm not here to fulfill your expectations. I'm here to make something of myself. Undeniable that the stage is listening to her right now. Is that Banana's button? Bananaton? It is Bananaton. It has, like, a year and some ago. Yes. Let's meet again. Yep. Matane. Not sayonara. Everybody compliments people with long eyelashes, but they are a curse, I tell you. Is Banana crying? Okay. She did. A nice reversal. It used to be that at first Banana was walking out and, oh boy, she cried. Now it's Junna. But now in a positive light. She didn't cry because she was destroyed, because she was completely, defeated. She cried tears of, I don't know, somber tears, sure, but with hope in the background, hope of seeing each other again. Fish. Kansha, kansha. Oh, have a photo of Hikari. Oh no, I broke the promise! Or not. Yeah, it's getting hard, isn't it? Will you break the promise? Oh, that's the stage. Why is an English school's website in Japanese? Hikari Kagura. Student acting. Ratta? Okay. Rat. Royal Academy of Theatrical Actors. Will she get accepted there with her piece poor English, though? That's the question. Or is it like, in world, she actually has perfect English, it's just the voice actress doesn't have perfect. Yeah, it is self-imposed. Hikari was never against it. Train tracks again. Is it time for their review of Claudine and Maya? They're playing shogi? Some children's shogi, it seems, with cute characters. She's just not great at shogi, but I like it that Maya isn't the best at everything, that Claudine actually has her beat at something. Hmm. cutting herself off from Maya. Kinda sorta deal. I need to find my own stage that isn't defined by Maya. I love the stylized subs for Wild Screen. Well, I can't say I wished for a continuation, but sure, let's say I did wish for a sequel. Food again. Aww. Don't tell me Kirin is dead. I really liked him. He's the personification of me, after all, of the audience. And the personification of you. Twice. Because you're not only the audience for the show, you're an audience for me, who's an audience for the show. You're twice the Kirin that I am. Prologue. That's a dapper suit. The golden goose that was there during Maya's review with Karen. Oh, the cutie fang though. Not gonna lie, cutie fang really suits Claudine. Signed with her blood, with position 0. The black tragedy or the colorless desire of the stage person. A review of what? Okay, I really like how Claudine fights with a staff. And I love the music. I really enjoy the combat scenes here. How the weapons are seemingly flying and she catches them mid-air. Time to pull out the sword, time to get serious. But all you got was a beret, not a soul. Rival indeed. You're not. You're my friend. Or is it more in the direction of you're not worthy of being called my rival? A wrought iron owl? An automaton. That's a great costume. That devil being Claudine. Like an awry arrow revealing the imitation to God. Jesus, the themes! That's how we deal with a vampire. I love how it's just their silhouettes fighting. You can't see the details. And I missed what was said there. Yeah, titles of various plays, I'm assuming. As an actor does, there's multitudes of every actor. Every role is them, and they are every role. And done. This is Tendomaya, still at the top. For Tendomaya, there's a devil. Nope. Denied. By the stage itself. Because Claudine is hardly done. You can't outsmart the devil that easily. Oh! Yeah. She's the devil. She doesn't play by the rules. I have seen this brilliance, so it's not the end yet. Greed, we're going back to the theme of greed. Oh. That's curious. Okay, it's time for the real review. The review of Ah, yes. Time for angry sex. Time for some rivalry. Wildscreen Baroque review of Souls. Okay, so now is the time for the real, actual review of Tendomaya versus Saijo Claudine, not of the stage man and the devil. We together. I like how their review is split into acts. It really adds a lot of how do you call it? A lot of weight to the whole thing. You're the cutest you've ever been, and that's why we must fight, because your cuteness pisses me off. I'm seeing a lot of Saikawa in her. That's some amazing animation. I didn't mention that so far, but they really are going above and beyond with animation and art in this movie. And the scale of everything. Only I can undress you. Yeah, I I cannot even put into words how much I adore their relationship. I cannot put it into words. There hasn't been a duo of characters in any show, nay, any piece of media, that would make me be at a loss of words as much as Claudine and Maya. I love the framing, like a picture, like a painting. Okay, I guess we're burning crosses now. And the bird is melting. Wanna go another round? All that's missing is lilies instead of roses. Together forever. Yep, both their hands at position 0. Okay, that was a very cool review. Not gonna lie. Music wise, I think I enjoyed the first one the most. But, like, everything else wise, this was amazing. Why are you bleeding? Or is it just. Oh, it's tomato juice. I like how they're using this subversion so often. Oh, is it blood? No, it's just fake. Oh, is it blood? No, it's just tomato juice. Oh, is it blood? No, it's just a tomato. Yeah. Yep. And when you fulfilled your promise, That's a fresh tomato. Unsquashed, uneaten, unjuiced. Yes. You're my stage. I want to step on you. Sorry. Couldn't help myself. Yeah, I'm watching you. Hi. Hello. It's me. It's like an arm's length. Should I use the LEDs? The Tower of Starlight Gathering again, made out of position zeros. Yeah, you only had Hikari, you only had the promise. The promise has been fulfilled. Yeah, what to do from now? Karen got into acting because she wanted to act with Hikari. She acted out with Hikari and there's nothing. Her goal complete. Their promise fulfilled. What's left? But to apparently die of a heart attack. That's the second time in recent memory I see the main character dying in the music focused show. Her tomato was squashed. CPR? Have you considered CPR? Is the brilliance of the letter going to revive her? Bakkaren, indeed. Now the roles are reversed. Your promise, kinda, brought you back to life of a stage girl, kinda sorta deal. Huh? The fuck kind of a reason is that? I was scared of becoming your fan? What? Is she gonna be remade now? Or is she just disposing of... Yeah, she's remade as a position 0. Karen just got turned into a position 0. Cool. We're Mad Max now. Oh, I love this shot. I'm a sucker for clouds, especially ones that look this volumetric. And is she gonna be remade into a human again? That's 2 Karens, 3 Karens. Looking at an arc reactor. At a jet engine. I'm lost. Not gonna lie. That's a half of a Tokyo Tower, kinda. But also a launcher. And Karen is inside. Of course, she's alive again. Looks like many of my initial predictions were correct. Someone got resurrected through the power of a song. And I was completely spitballing my predictions. The Revue of Rebirth? Or the Revue of Starlight? Okay. So she found her new conviction. Yep. No longer through the image of Hikari, no longer for Hikari, now for herself, as it should be. And we're nearing the end of the show, of the movie, so hey, perfect timing. Two stars. It's Hikari that burns your eyes. The final lines, superstar spectacle. Not a review of anything. Curious? Kire and also Kira, you could say. Kawaii, but also kawaii. Oh, her sword was just broken because a part of Hikari's brilliance entered her body. Nothing personal, kid. She didn't go for the button. Closing act of Wildscreen Baroque. We're going to space. Or not. I thought the top of the tower is just gonna shoot into space. And the final act is gonna be fighting among the stars, literally. And how many times can Karen die? That's also a question. That's one hell of a way to claim position 0. And Karen threw away her... everybody threw away their capes. Where's Karen's dead body now? Here's the hairpins. I guess she didn't die from just a stab in the chest and position 0 spilling out of her. Not enough to kill Aijo Karen. And a position 0 shaped cut on her chest. And a tomato. And that's the end. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. The main series had a lot of weirdness, but it was intertwined with moments of normalcy. And I still didn't have the easiest time following it, but I could reasonably be asked to follow it. This movie is madness incarnate. And I don't think I entirely got it. Okay, Kaoruko got the bike. Don't tell Futaba. I won't. No worries. Guess we're getting some little vignettes of where they are now. Okay, the three of them joined the troop together. That's nice. They have a group there. They're friends. I'm glad. It's always better to go to a school with a couple of friends of yours instead of just alone. Claudine is working at a cafe. And also joined a troop. Pierre Duflom, or however you pronounce it in French. Junna is studying abroad. Okay, in New York. Interesting. Banana is studying in the UK. On Rats. Rata, sorry, not Rats. Oh, and I guess Hikari was just visiting everybody. The stars slowly converging. Someone has an audition. Probably Karen. Position 0. We are already on the stage of life, or whatever the fuck is the motive of this movie. Oh. Karen. She doesn't wear her hairpin. She wears it on her backpack to free herself from the promise, free herself from the shadow of Hikari, to be out there on her own stage, on her own terms. Something along those lines, probably. Okay. Okay. Okay, can you stop? Can you stop, please? I'm gonna be right back with you. Gonna take a cut because it's been 2 hours, and I'm gonna be back, and we're gonna go through this episode again. Okay? Okay, great. Wait for my return. And we're back. And thanks to the magic of, I wanted to say editing, but I don't edit my videos. Thanks to the magic of OBS allowing me to pause the recording, it wasn't any time at all for you guys. And let's refocus the camera. There we go. Let's go through it again. Shall we? Yes, we shall. You don't get to choose. Tomato. That's already the first thing I have to look up real quick. Let me open the browser right quick. And what is tomato in Japanese? Tomato in Japanese. Can I get a romanji? Tomato. There goes my expectation of there being a double meaning. Tomato is tomato. Okay, cool. There goes that line of thought. We can't be together, a stage for the sake of parting. Some nice bonded shape of a rope creating Tokyo Tower. We can't be together, stage for the sake of parting. I'm still honestly not sure about the main theme. Like, I can see why Futaba and Kaoruko had to fight. Right? Why they had to fight over their differences, over the fact that Futaba is now independent from Kaoruko. Right? That she's not gonna forever follow her. That Futaba wants to make a name for herself, wants to be an actress, wants to stand on the stage, wants to be equal with Futaba, with Kaoruko. Futaba wants to be equal with Kaoruko, to be on the same footing so that they can be together on equal terms. Kaoruko doesn't want that necessarily. Kaoruko wants to be followed by Futaba. She wants to be given rights. She wants Futaba to buy her sweets, right? She's very possessive in that way, and thus they have to fight because they have that difference between them. And it ends up really well. They find a common language. Kaoruko gets Futaba's bike, and it's great. Junna and Banana also have to fight. Also because they have some differences, right? Mahiru and Hikari. Again, makes sense. But the main theme of Karen and Hikari is kind of lost to me. Like, I get the gist of it. That Karen has no clear path ahead of her, right? She went to the school because she wanted to be on the stage with Hikari. That's all. That's her entire reason for acting. Now that she got to be on the stage with Hikari, there's nothing left. Her dream has been fulfilled, their promise has been fulfilled, everybody that was driving Karen is now gone, so what does she do now? If not for her going to the play with Hikari, if she never met Hikari as a kindergartner, she might have found a job at a cafe, she might have found a job at a call center, she might have become a programmer, you know? Anything. She might have started working in manga or anime or whatever. And what was the point of me saying that? And I guess she would have found herself then, because there wouldn't have been any goal, any end point. And if because she would have gone to do that because she wants to, right? Out of her own volition. If she went to a theater school, if she went to Seisho because she wanted to, because she always had the dream to be an actress, to be a songstress, to be a dancer, then she wouldn't have any issues with their promise being fulfilled. Okay, cool, great, we fulfilled the promise. We did what was needed to be done. Now I continue going for my dream of being an actress. That's what I want to do in life. But there wasn't that element there. It was all for the sake of the promise. And with it fulfilled, there's not. That part of the main theme I'm getting. The part of Hikari saying, I was afraid of becoming your fan, I have no clue. That's completely and utterly lost on me. Completely and utterly. The theme of a tomato, that's also lost on me. The thing with a train, I guess it's kinda sorta like the train is gonna go forward and it's gonna arrive at the next station because it always does. Except when it gets derailed, as we've seen near the end. What about the stage? What about your lives? Are you gonna continue to the next stage? Is the stage gonna continue with you? Or are you gonna diverge? Something along those lines? I don't know. Let's not spend time on that. Let's continue here. I won't make it in time. You will, Kirin. We finally did Starlight together. The tower is glitching. Yeah, what comes after that? Which act? It's time to go down from the tower, from the promise. It's time to discard the promise that's been limiting you all this time, kind of sort of deal, I'm assuming. I don't know, of course you don't, because all that was there for you was the promise, was the stage, was Hikari. What's left? Nothing. I am remade, but are you? Starlight is a tragedy of inevitable parting, and in the end, everybody parted. Yeah, all the main couples have separated. Right? Yeah. Yeah, all the main couples have separated. Mm-hmm. Let me go to the end real quick, cause I want to confirm it. Fuck, not this far. Stop it. Full screen again. It was during the credits. Oh no, this is a post-credits scene. Yeah, that's a post-credits scene. Banana is alone. Junna is alone. Claudine is alone. Futaba, Karuko, no, not Karuko. Futaba, Maya, and fuck, Karen's girlfriend are together. Yeah, all the couples have separated. Karuko is alone. Huh. So I guess it is a review of parting. It is a stage of parting, or whatever it was they said. No, that Starlight is a play of parting, or whatever. A tragedy of inevitable parting. Indeed, indeed. Position zeros everywhere. To sing, dance, and battle, if those are wild instincts, then fate changes, so does the stage. The train tracks, but it's really just a shadow of the ruined Tokyo Tower. I'm really not getting a lot of symbolism there. I really am not. As I said, the Revue Starlight, the show, had some moments of normalcy. And it gave you the time to process, right? Some completely mad review, mad fight scene has concluded. And then we're going back to the dorms. Banana is making some cupcakes. We're watching TV and ha 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 he he he. We're having a fun time. And you have a time to process what the fuck just transpired. This is what the fuck after what the fuck after what the fuck after what the fuck. Unceasing and endless. And yeah, my initial predictions were that this movie may be about the next generation being trained and being helped by the 99th. Would you know, there's the next generation. Maybe it's about time skip and about graduation and about having to find a new place for yourself. What the fuck do you know? It's about graduation. Oh, what if now it's about like if you die in real life and they're gonna be able to resurrect each other with the music? What the fuck do you know? That's exactly what Hikari did to Karen. I need to buy a lotto coupon. And yeah, everybody has some goals. Carrie wishes questionnaire, first choice new national theater troupe, season theater troupe, East and musical actor group. I don't know if what they wrote there is significant. Theater du Flamme, season theater group, Hokukudo entertainment group. Interesting that both Maya and Claudine had the seasons group as their second choice. Yeah, seasons theater troupe. Indeed. Both had the same choice. And when they were showing that everybody has a choice, yeah, that everybody already has a choice, I already figured out that it's about Karen not having made a choice because her promise has been fulfilled. I'll use it all to fuel me for the stage I've longed for. Even Mahiro made a choice. Kaoruko made a choice. Will be named Senkaryun 12th generation head Hanayagi Suisen Comet. Isn't Comet Suisei? I know that only because of Suisei the VTuber. Senkaryun 12. What the fuck is Senkaryun? Is it even anything? Senkaryun, let's Google it. Nope. Google wants me to look for Sinkaryon, Sankaran, Senkron and Senkarik. None of that is even close. I guess it's like her dancing school kind of thing. And she wants to be the head of that dancing school. She wants to go back to her roots and take over the family business, essentially. Something along those lines. I really like these little vignettes of our brand new third graders teaching the newcomers, the freshmen. And I really like Kaoruko. Yeah, in this movie, I think it's like genuinely the first time that I learned to like her. In the original show, she really didn't come off as likable. She didn't really have many qualities that would make her likable besides the cat face. She always seemed to be scheming and always be lazy, and that's essentially who she was. She got some character in the movie. She really did, to the point where I would genuinely like to see a spin-off where her and Futaba and maybe the other girls are putting on a play, and the anime is the play they're putting on, if you catch my drift. And I would really love to see her in the role of a Yakuza boss. Because from what we've seen from her review with Futaba, she's born to be a Yakuza boss. Futaba made her choices. New National First Theater Troupe, Seasons again, Tokyo Aomi Neza, Blue Peak seat. But even now, Karoko is going for the easy way out, just going to her roots, going to where she's already established. There is no real risk in what she's doing. Like, there's no risk of her not getting in because it's her family's business. So, interesting. Also interesting how they're having kendo classes. And Futaba ever the ambitious. My next step has to be as high as it can possibly be. I need to find the drive. I need to aim high so that even if I don't manage to go that high, if I manage to go just a little bit lower, it's still gonna be pretty fucking high. Right? The mindset of I'm gonna go climb Mount Everest, even if I don't reach the summit, even if I stop short of it, that's still gonna be a pretty damn fucking great feat of climbing that high, right? Nana also made some choices. New National First Theater Troupe Acting Group, New National First Theater Troupe Production Group, Seasons Theater Troupe Research Institute. What the fuck kind of research you can make on acting? I don't know, but apparently you can. They're cutting something in the water for some reason. I don't know. I like it that Banana enjoys the preparations on the backstage. It's cool little bit of character development for her. I like it. I really do. She took the role in the background because she wanted to get Hikari into her schemes and direct the review into her whims and whatnot. But she seems to genuinely enjoy that work. So good for her. Good for her. Junna, also aiming for... No, first choice is Kusanai University Department of Literature. Second is Nissho University Faculty of Arts Drama Department. Third is Tama Arts University Faculty of Drama. Looks like she didn't get into any of those because she went to... she went on to some overseas school. I'm gonna screenshot it real quick and just have it here so that we can later check out if the school she got into is one of those. I'm not gonna scroll to the end of the movie just to check it out. Some are born great. Quotes, 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 forever the quotes. This is Karen, again with her ponytail. I think I had a little bit of a moment of what the fuck here because the voices didn't seem like they were coming out of the mouths of the characters, like they were using different seiyus. That was kind of weird. Oh yeah, whatever. And student number 1, Karen, of course, no choices. Because she achieved her goal, essentially. And she has nothing else. No dreams, no goals, nothing. Yeah, that's a great performance. Amazing. Always, almost as if it was real. And what's that? Oh, right. Hikari voluntary withdrawal. That's the second time, except first time it was facilitated by the giraffe, by the Kirin. And now she just decided to withdraw. Because she didn't want to be Karen's fan. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, insert confused Lemmy face here. I don't get it. Am I set out on my own voyage? Sure, that makes sense. Getting a little bit of backstory on them. Karen was fascinated by some game, but in the end she learned to play together with Hikari through the power of music and rhythm and castanets. And now they became fast friends, always together, playing, eating each other's food, holding hands. How lewd. I'm not entirely getting Hikari here. I guess she's taken aback by Karen not being alone and she doesn't know how to approach it. Hikari is very standoffish, isn't she? It was even a point in the OVAs when she tried to speak up but couldn't, and then everybody was surprised that, oh, she spoke up and she actually had something to say. Jesus, what happened to you, Hikari? Right? So we're going for the same theme, kind of sort, I'm assuming. Hikari really trying to sell the theater to Karen, and the invitation. Please water the flowers by the entrance. Cleaning schedule. Everyone's like freshmen because they will be freshmen eventually at their new jobs, at their new troops, or wherever they decide to go. Returning to France, sure. In the end, she didn't, from what I recall, right? She went to the UK, I think. I am planning on joining the new national. Right, she plans on going back home, so she doesn't want to go on the trip. She doesn't want to take part in it. Very lazy and standoffish. The exact way that only Kaoruko can be. A distant Eldorado. The typesetting isn't quite synchronized with the show, is it? Do you all remember what day it is? The day the audition started, I'm assuming. And we never really went anywhere with it, seemingly. That Kaoruko is suddenly like, the auditions, I want to be the top star, but I wasn't called to those auditions. I wasn't given the chance. It's probably the freshmen now who are being called, not me, so someone else is becoming the top star. And you've all given up by not breaking down the doors and demanding the giraffe lets them take part in the auditions. I don't know what she expects here, but she expects something, alright. And I guess it's again a little bit of her laziness showing. That she wants to go for the easy path to becoming the top star, right? She wants to go for the auditions, win, and she just automatically, like that, becomes the top star. No need to put any work into that. I think that's what's been shown up here. Not entirely sure. A little bit of a chat with Claudine, apparently, where Claudine recommended her some school, I think, something along those lines. Yeah, they're going to the theater. Yeah, the one who recommended the new national to Izurugi-san was Claudine. 27th Summer High School Performance Festival participating schools Seisho, Ziegfeld, Rinmeikan, and Frontier. A single act of youth that can only be seen this summer. And what was that about Ride of the Valkyries? Which song is dangerous to listen to while driving? Ride of the Valkyries, Waltz of the Flowers, Für Elise. Why is it Ride of the Valkyries? Because it makes you want to push the pedal to the metal? Maybe? I don't know. I'm not sure, but whatever. It's just some advertisement. Oh, some real film numbers and real website. Safety Onuki Co JP. Let's visit it. Let's see what's there. Safety Onuki Co JP. This site cannot be reached. Of course. Yeah, I wrote the address correctly. I guess the site doesn't exist. What a bummer. We are already on the stage. Yes, you are, because the train is gonna turn into a stage. Yeah, here comes the jingle, here comes the giraffe, and it's time for a performance. And I'm really not getting the first performance. I'm really not getting the review of Annihilation. Fucking love the music, don't get me wrong, and I love the animation here because the animation in this movie is really above and beyond anything we've seen in the show. But I'm not really getting the point. Right, the point of the review between Futaba and Karuka is simple. They have differences, they have to fight them out, and they have to, make up for it. They have to make up, Karuka needs to hear Futaba out, Futaba needs to hear Karuka out, they have to let out their frustrations, that's the point of their review. Same goes for Maya and Claudine. Right? The whole thing about being rivals and about chasing each other and about who's the top, who's the bottom. They have to fight it all out. They have to decide through fighting, through combat. What the fuck is the point of this review? I don't know. The train will go to the next station without fail. What about the stage? What about you? The review of Annihilation. I don't get it. I'm gonna admit, I don't get it. They understand the rules. Wild screaming baroque. When your life ends, the flowers scatter. And then what next? What next? What next? Where will you go? Like I could understand this review being a review of Banana versus Karen, right? And then what next? Where will you go? Where are you going, Karen? What are you gonna decide? But everybody else seems to have their eyes on some path forward. They know where they're gonna go next, right? I'm gonna join this troop, I'm gonna join that troop, I'm gonna go overseas, I'm gonna go back home. Everybody has a goal, so what's the point of this song and of this review? Is it to knock everybody down a peg? But what's the point of knocking them down a peg? That's another thing I'm not getting. I love this little bit of the katana being clasped inside of the door frame and some actual like launching system being there. It's not just being launched through magic, there is an actual thing that launches the sword. I love it. And also, I didn't mention the whole scene of the train transforming. That's also a great example of mechanical animation. Sorry for the inconvenience, scene change in progress. It's CG, so it takes away a little bit of the coolness. But, whatever, I can live with that. You're all bark and no bite, nothing can serve as an excuse for running away. They aren't, though? Again, I'm really not getting. You can't get by with nothing but words, don't you know that? But they aren't trying to get by with nothing but words? They are actually aiming for something? They do have a goal? It seems like this review would have been perfect for Karen. Because everything here does fit Karen like a glove. But not everybody else. They're not trying to run away. What happened to their brilliance? I don't see their brilliance missing. Yeah, I have no clue. I have no idea. Again, great fight scenes, but ultimately the theme is lost on me. And why is Banana taking part in it? Why is she being... That's animated on once. That's why it's so smooth. Why is she being an arm for the giraffe kind of sort of deal? Why is she fighting against all of them? I don't know. I don't know. This isn't an audition, but it was called an audition. No, not an audition. It was called a review, and reviews are a part of an audition. But I guess the goal here isn't becoming a top star. What is the goal here? If it's not an audition, then what is it? I don't know this, Nana. I really don't know what to say. And two final bosses, of course. Claudine and Maya. Okay, let's see it, let's hear it. La 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 la. Yeah, 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 yeah. Widescreen Baroque, indeed. It's nature's providence, isn't it? I don't know, maybe? The train will go to the next station without fail. Will the stage? Will you? What about the stage? What about us? Is it Banana still having her issues with their time here having an end? With her with her rondos being taken away? I thought she made peace with that fact, but maybe not. Maybe that's what we're seeing here. That she's essentially lashing out, being like, oh, everything will come to an end, and what are you gonna do with that, as a rhetorical question, because they can't do anything with that. The show must go on, right? The world will continue. I don't know. I don't know. If the stage and the audience wish for it, I'm already on the stage. Sure. I was trying to look into it deeply, like the stage of life. Are we all playing a role in this life of ours? Putting multiple masks and something? I don't know, but I'm with Claudine here. What the hell have you guys been saying? I really am with Claudine. Living and living and living. If one were to become another's flesh and blood, wanting to live, and Banana doing the the face grab. Somehow it feels like I just drank a strong sake. I'm not getting this either. That she keeps repeating it and repeating and repeating. And then Junna questions her and she gets drenched in blood. I'm not getting it. Was the line of drinking a strong sake something? I think I recall this line. Either in Rondo 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 or in the main series, I have a feeling like it was either Kirin or Banana that referred to the glimmer, the starlight, the feeling of it as being drunk on sake. I might be mistaken here. I might be speaking completely out of my ass, but somehow the theme of feeling like I just drank a strong sake is known to me for some reason. I'm saying, yes, I hear what you're saying, but what the fuck do you mean by that? Yeah, what are you saying? And this didn't look like a stage prop. It didn't look like there was blood shot at her neck. There is a cut on her neck and she's spilling blood. That, oh, it's just a stage prop. How did it come from inside her neck? Train will go, yeah, we know, but blood, or should I say tomato juice? It's tasty. It is, apparently. Tomato juice is great. And again, some backstory for Karen and Hikari. Yeah, she wanted the cards, but now she's not interested in those. Now she's interested in theater, apparently. Karen's potential grows. Ominous red light. And the buzzing of the lights. And the stage, Starlight. I can become any kind of myself. It's really beautiful. Become shine together. We're gonna become shining stars. It's our destiny. It keeps repeating the theme. And yeah, the stage girl Aijo Karen was indeed born on that day, born of a promise. But what is there besides the promise? Why was Karen not a part of the review of Annihilation? I fed you lots of them, didn't I? Yes, you did. What's the significance of it? Everyone is seeking a new role. I'm guessing. Oh, there's a ladybug on my ceiling. I'm guessing it is, after all, about Banana desiring stagnation. Like, I fed you all my muffins and my bananizers and everything like that. And yet, everybody's seeking some new stage. Everybody wants to leave me. Everybody wants to leave the school. You are the only one who doesn't want to leave, Karen. You're not seeking a new role. You're not seeking a new stage. Only you still aren't. Yeah, you don't have the hunger, the thirst for new. You're like me. You like the old. At least that's how I'm taking their little dialogue, but I don't think it's quite a correct reading. Because then they arrive at the desert. Like how everyone has their own stage to stand on. You must find your own stage at the end of this path. Yeah, but that kind of disagrees with the dialogue they just had about everybody finding their own new stage, only Karen not doing that. I'm really not getting a lot of it. 101st Seisho Festival, Starlight, graduation performance, great pep rally, do not burn, sword burnable, class. Sure. Everywhere are nines. Now, that makes me think, and I don't think we're actually supposed to think of it because it's just a detail in the world, but it's the 101st Seisho Festival Starlight graduation performance. Are the second years also having their own performance during the Seisho Festival? Or during some other time of the year? Are the first years? The freshmen? I don't know. Or is it like only once every 4 years there's something. Like throughout 3 years, it's the same people, and the classes that are joining the school at that time don't get to have their performance. I don't know. But as I said, it's not something we need to concern ourselves with, I don't think. Everybody's there, just as if nothing has happened. Everybody alone. She has trouble writing the last chapter. I thought that's gonna have some more significance, but in the end it didn't really. At least from what I can tell. Except this little pep talk. That where I still had the expectation, the hope that maybe it's gonna be some of the slice of life school stuff, not just complete and utter madness 24/7, but in the end it was complete and utter madness 24/7. To hunger, thirst, and seek for a new stage. I'm already on the stage. We're repeating that again. At the end of my reproduction are deaths. Yeah, kinda. If the time doesn't keep looping, then sure, you all will die eventually, but is that the theme of this movie? Even if I get hurt, I'll put an end to it, to my spoiled self of up until now. Will go back to my own role. I guess it's the moment where everybody gains their conviction? Question mark? What does Claudine want? I'll get up on the stage once more. Even if I get cut, get hurt, and spill blood. Yeah. I'll put an end to it, to my dependence on Kaoruko codependence. To my spoiled self of up until now. She wants to put an end to her spoiled self and wants to find her stage on her own. We'll go back to my own role. To the obsession of that girl, to sing to her end. Whose? Junna's or Karen's? Yeah, putting an end to what? To greed? To brutality. Greed? Because grasping the stars. Brutality? Because fighting? I don't know. And here comes vegetable Kirin. Well, not exactly vegetable. There's some meat on his bones. Your existences continue to mesmerize me. It's really creepy. It's really fucking creepy. I am your food, your fuel. Assuming Kirin is the audience, what does it mean, the audience being the fuel and the food for the performance, for the performers? The audience's, like, attention is what feeds the performers. Without the audience, they would have no reason to perform. The applause is their sustenance. I don't know. It's extremely fucking creepy. There's the tomato again. Again the tomato. Some galaxies. Tomato, galaxy, something moving. Tomatoes again. More tomatoes, tomato splatters, more tomatoes. Tomato, galaxy, weird painting, Martian landscape. galaxies, cosmos, desert. And everybody in order gets a bite of the tomato. I don't get it. I don't get it. Everybody having a bite of a tomato. Forbidden fruit. Sin. That was the theme of the main show. Sin, Review of Sinners. Original Sin. I don't get it. Yeah, you're going to Don Don. The thing gets just, I don't know. Yeah, I won't look at it. Will the train arrive at the next station? That's a given. Well, apparently not, because this one didn't. And what is Karen's new stage? Karen being the lead, having the lead role, talking about Hikari, and oh, how about you go to Seisho? You might be able to meet with Karen, with Hikari there. Everybody's talking about their future, it seems. Here, maybe? I don't know, I'm not sure. And Karen is apparently really good, at least among their friends group, and oh, how ambitious you are to go to this special school that has only 3% admission rate. And it's very hard to get there. And she's training so much, vocal training and whatnot. I guess the point is, what was the point of getting into that school, of training so much, if all of it gets null and void the moment she fulfills her promise with Hikari? Like, she lived her whole life just for the sake of the promise, and now when the promise is fulfilled, then there's not? I don't know. She'd probably have normal worries and stuff like that, right? Normal worries. That's a good one. Lower stage entrance, wild screen baroque. Claudine out of nowhere, speaking with Karuko. I ain't forgiving you for taking my precious candy box. Candy box being Futaba, I'm assuming. See, this review is very easy to understand. And eating, destroying, and poisoning it. It's because of you. It's because of you that Futaba became so ambitious. It's because you taught her how to dance. It's because you helped her. It's because you taught her. It's because you gave her advice that she became competent. And now she wants to go her own way. Unthinkable. I wanted Futaba to constantly be in my shadow, to be my aide, to be my servant. I didn't want her to forge her own path, and it's your fault, Claudine, for facilitating that. Very simple. And here comes Futaba, some great posing. Trapping her alone in the stage Archipelago. Yeah, at the back of my childhood friend, I've sung and danced for 10 and 8 years. A rotten relationship slathered in candy. I'm betting on laying it to rest. Yep. She wants to seize their old relationship of codependence. She wants to forge her own path. And she wants to be worthy of Kaoruko. But now, and she wants to be together, but now on equal footing. Simple. I understand it. One thing in this entire movie I understand. I really like this scene of her throwing half of her kimono away and there being a tattoo there. In general, I really like character design of like a female yakuza boss. A binder, half-worn kimono, and tattoo. I really like it. I really, really do. And even later, in the second part of the review, she proves to be an amazing yakuza boss. Next to me as I pushed forward, but to be next to you, I can't just stare at you from behind. Exactly. I don't want to stare at your back. I want to go hand in hand with you. On equal footing, on equal terms. And to do that, I have to stand on the stage with my own two legs. Perfectly understandable. Yeah, at the summit with you, not behind you, not below you. I want to be someone befitting of you. Exactly. Makes sense. Scene change, and again, the young and inexperienced Yakuza, new hire, and the Yakuza boss. I love the theming of it around this like Yakuza mafia thing. Because the dream that Kaoruko has is to be the head of her family. Now, the head of her family isn't exactly Yakuza, but it has those vibes. Hoshimi Tenta, what do I care about other women? The logic of an adult is such an annoyance. Let's take it outside, and let's fight it out. Why won't you understand? Yeah, I did it all for you. For any longer than this. Don't need your opinion. I don't plan on waiting. We really are useless. Yes, you are. Yes, you are useless. I'm glad you realize it. The first step of fixing your issues is realizing and admitting you have those issues. And it is time for you to wait, indeed. Wait for Futaba to catch up to you so that you can be equal. I really, really do enjoy it. I really do. This is a great finale to their review. This is a great like finale to their budding relationship. It really feels like from now on they have established something more like healthy, right? A more healthy relationship. Wait for me, I'm gonna catch up to you, and then we can be together on equal footing. Perfect. Perfect. And Kaoruko no longer tries to play the whole, oh, I give up. Haha, you thought. No, she's giving up. I see your point, Futaba. I don't necessarily like it, but I see your point. And I want you to do that. I'm going to wait for you. Even though I'm gonna be all tsundere about it, I am going to wait for you. Now, take my button. You won. I like it. Guess I can't win against the selfishness of a kid. And that's a review done. Karen Aij. I didn't notice that at first. Kaoruko, Futaba, Nana, Junna, Karen. Yeah, it's like a direction thing, except it's not directing you to a platform, it's directing you to the people. What's with the baseball theme? Except now we're extending it from just baseball to a whole entire ass Olympics. Where's Karen? Yeah, I'm here with you on the stage. You should pay attention to me, not to Karen. Right now on the stage is you, Hikari. And I definitely won't lose. Some nice collage of different sports. Competing over them and reading each other too, that's what a rival is. She wants to be rivals in rivals for Karen's affection, seemingly. And she is absolutely right in her gripe with Hikari. Right? Like, I love Karen so much, and you were my rival, and you won, kinda sorta, right? Not exactly the same thing, but kinda sorta, right? Karen chose you, and now you're just abandoning her. What the fuck? I care about Karen, and yet she picked you, someone who would run from her? What? If you want Karen, at least deserve her, kind of a thinking, right? At least that's my reading here. It might be marred by like my own experiences, where I had something similar. Let's just say that a girl I was in love with picked another dude and they broke up after like a month. So that wasn't a great thing. And I'm seeing something similar here, right? Karen chose you and now you're running the fuck away? What the fuck, dude? I thought you were worth your rival. I thought you're someone worth of Karen's affection, but apparently not. So now I'm gonna take out my frustrations on you. If you want Karen, at least like be with her. In that state, I can't leave anything up to you. Yeah, because you're just gonna hurt Karen. You're stepping off the stage while the performance is still going. Just how you left Karen? Yeah, she's absolutely correct. You made a promise that you would stand on the stage of fate, right? So why the fuck are you running? Why are you getting off? Say more genuine lines. More genuine lines. Stop lying. The reason I was in London, the reason I left Karen's side, okay, I won't hear the reason. This is an amazing shot of her hand. And why? Because it's animated on once. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Now it's on twos, right? 24 frames really adds that little bit of smoothness. But you shouldn't really try to make a whole anime in 24 frames a second. There was one anime, I forgot its title, but there was an anime that was entirely made in 24 frames per second. And it was such a weird experience seeing it. Holy fuck, it was so weird. It was somehow surreal. And I heard that it's because when something is like 12 frames a second, then it leaves some gaps for your brain to fill, kind of deal, and thus your brain is engaged with what it sees. And when there is nothing for your brain to fill, then it just kind of glides over you and just goes through one side of your head and goes out the other. That's the theory I heard. I'm not sure, but I can definitely say that whenever someone tries to like double the frame rate of a piece of media, it always looks good. It looks bad. Well, not bad per se, but it looks odd. It looks weird. I remember seeing Hobbit in a theater when it was shot at double the usual frame rate, and it was such a weird experience. It was also in 3D, so the entire movie looked too real. It looked more real than reality itself, and it was such a weird feeling. Really. I'm sorry. I was scared, so I ran away. You were scared of? You're the same as me then. Because I was scared too, about whether I would be able to act well. As a third drink. Let's put it here. I'm slowly running out of space on my desk. Okay, what was she scared of? Let's hear it again. Come on. Running from Karen, yeah. I'm sorry. I was scared, so I ran away. Yeah, of nothing in particular. I think it's not here that we learn the reason I was scared too. About whether I would be able to act well. Yep. You're acting. Even now I'm still scared. We've got to go. Go and make Karen happy. So apparently even going to London was because Hikari was scared of something? Scared of becoming a fan of Karen, from what we heard? I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't have enough experience or practice. I don't even have the resolve. You've lost your hope in the distance of the stars. Wildscreen Baroque review of hunting. Constantly using quotes and words and words and words. But it doesn't resonate. I can feel it. It doesn't reach. It's just empty quotes. It's someone else's words. It's not your words. It's not you. You're just repeating. You're just parroting. You won't be able to reach that stage without some of your own input. You're foolish, blazing, and beautiful. This is at first we see the gem breaking. And that's even before learning what the significance of those gems is. And at this point, we're not gonna learn what the significance of them is. But she didn't go for the button. She left it for Junna to commit a not literal seppuku, right? Possibly to cut off her own button. And she herself is just leaving towards position 0, I'm assuming. And yeah, we're dazzling. Wipe the past tense. Life isn't about finding yourself, life is about creating yourself. Constantly with the quotes and the quotes and the quotes and the quotes and the quotes. And then she realizes the words of others aren't enough. Slams the katana into the gem and infuses it with her broken gem. She is remade. I'm tired of not being able to reach them, of not being enough. I want to be the main character again. I want to have the main role. I will struggle and writhe until I devour the leading role. Try and see if you can kill me, die banana. Finally some conviction in Junna. And I like the significance of taking a melee weapon. She's no longer fighting from the shadows, just shooting arrows at weird angles and relying on the arrows bouncing around, hiding behind glasses, hiding behind walls, hunting, trapping, in general resulting to some subterfuge. Now she's taken the katana and she's going in. She's going onto the stage proper, into the limelight. into the dazzling, brilliant light of the stage lights. She's no longer hiding in the shadows. She wants the main role, and to do that, she needs to be on the stage. And she decided that's what she's gonna do. You can possibly do anything like that, like taking a hold on of your star. Stop it, don't get up. Who the hell are you? I'm not, in this review, I'm not getting banana though. Like, you'd assume she would want the best for Junna, her friend, her roommate. But apparently she doesn't want Junna to grasp her own star. She doesn't want Junna to have the leading role. She doesn't want Junna to rise up. Don't know why. But Junna doesn't need the role you've given me. My path is something I will cut my way through myself. The stage, right now, I am the dazzling lead, Hoshimi Junna. Indeed, the stage itself started listening to her. That will be my... Okay. Right, that's the end of the review. That will be my next stage, the stage where Hoshimi Junna is the lead. I guess it might have ended my reproduction, that is. It has already, even earlier. I have to go to my next stage too. Yes, you need to stop stagnating. You need to go towards your next stage. But one day we shall meet together. There is that glimmer of hope. That sure, you might go your separate ways, but like you're not going to two separate worlds. You can meet, you can call each other. I think that might be a part of the theme of this movie as well. Like growing apart and separating, but you can always stay in contact, right? You can always visit each other. You always have the memories, the photos. And she's crying. But both found their strength and are going forward with their lives. More backstory for Karen. Yeah, not gonna look her up, of course not. Because I made a promise. She got into Rata. What is the stage? Right, the stage is Hikari. They're playing, of course. Welcome to the stage. What is Wildscreen Baroque? I would like to know that as well. The continuation of the end that you will perform. So, in other words, a sequel. This movie is a Wildscreen Baroque. A sequel created by the desire of the audience for more. At least kind of, I think that's the reading I'm getting on it. It didn't have to exist. Let's be honest, this movie did not have to exist. If they ended it at the OVAs, it would have been perfectly fine. If they added the Rondo 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 without the after credits scene, it would have been fine. This movie did not have to exist. But the audience loved it, and the audience demanded more. And so, this Wildscreen Baroque was created, the continuation of the end. Something has already ended and we're continuing it. Because the audience demands it. I think, like, from a meta perspective, that should be the read. That should be the correct read on it. Throwing away the joys of the ordinary, the fun of girlhood, brilliance so beautiful that you would have no choice to be drawn by it. Kinda sorta like throwing away your childhood to work hard to fulfill your dream theme here as well. There's also some meta commentary on like actors and the state of like shows and acting and whatnot. How child actors, for example, lose their childhood, right? Something along those lines, maybe, sorta, kind of deal. The fuel to light fire on the stage. Veggie Kirin again. It's because you're dangerous that you're also dazzling, and his final role is to light the stage, apparently. And he understands. I'm glad that in his final moments he understood. Act 1. Yeah, that's... I like how Maya's and Claudine's review is played out in 4 acts. They are the definition of widescreen Baroque, not widescreen, but widescreen Baroque, is a story with characters larger than life and stories larger than life. From what I found, it's like Stanisław Lem, that wrote some books in the genre of widescreen Baroque. Far as anime is concerned, that would be Kill la Kill, that would be Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann. And Maya and Claudine very much fit the bill of characters larger than life. And this larger than usual review really fits them. Their characters, their struggles, their relationship cannot be contained within a single mere act. It needs an entire play to play out. At least that's how I'm taking it. Making a deal with the devil. You who claims to have stood on every stage in this world, devils always have terms of exchange. Yeah, I'm gonna take your soul in exchange for something. The black tragedy or the colorless desire of the stage person. I really love Claudine's fighting here. I need to get like a frame by frame on one of those attacks from up close. She's fighting with a cane, not with a sword. And she's fighting very nonchalantly. Like, she's throwing around her cane like a baton. It's almost like Mahire. Right? Spinning it around. All form, no function, really. She's fighting and having fun while doing that. Doing all spins, being all extra. Throwing her baton behind her back. Catching it mid-air. Striking through. Avoiding, evading, yeah. And now it's time to end the play. It's time to start the real deal. But Maya is gone. It's not that easy. You're not worthy of being my rival yet. You're a mere demon, and I have outsmarted you. Now it's time for the real role that I must perform. A vessel of God, a mere vessel for the characters that I play. There is no Tendo Maya, there's only the roles that she takes. There's only the characters that she plays. I myself am but an empty vessel inhabited by whatever soul needs to inhabit it. Yeah, this vessel of God reflects the thousands upon thousands, infinite multitudes of myself. The role of an actor, to take multiple roles. For saints, there are temptations. For heroes, there are... For heroes, there are trials. For saints, there are temptations. For me, there's the devil. Yeah. But no, denied. You were denied position 0 by the scene itself because the devil isn't dead. You're looking for a star? Well, here's another one. Take it. Take it from my mouth with your very own tongue. Sorry. Loss of the stage? I'm the devil. I care not about the laws. Did you forget about the contract? The review will end when you find the brilliance that no one has ever seen. Have you found that brilliance? I will revive no matter how many times I die. I will be remade, I will be reborn. And I will take the stage for myself. No, I am the main character on the stage. Love and freedom are just nonsense. I have the leading role. I, Tendomaya. Such an ugly, emotion-drenched appearance. And right now you're the cutest you've ever been. I love Claudine here. She's really having fun during this fight. And just not missing a bit. Not missing a beat. I'm always cute. I'm not cute only now. I'm always cute. My feelings becoming dyed in black. You only need to look at me. Only me. And they both have such smug, grinning expression on their faces. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have been exposed. Only I can make you lay everything bare. We are destined for each other. I'll expose my everything on the stage. There's a partner you can expose everything to on the stage. You make me even more beautiful. I love their fight. I love their relationship. Tomorrow and the day after tomorrow, for all eternity, we will be together on the stage. I love it. I really love their relationship. And another bait and switch. Oh no, what happened to Hikari? Why is she bleeding out? Oh, tomato. The tomato is really being used as bait and switch here. Is it like a significance? Is it significance? It's symbolism that nothing on the stage is real? The blood isn't real, the emotions aren't real, nothing is real, everything is just a play? You think it's blood, but it's really just a tomato? I don't know. I might be looking too much into it. Thank you, Hikari-chan and the Anemone troupe. Yeah, that she was in preschool, I'm assuming, or in primary school. Are those your own reminiscences or the lines on the stage? Were the seats always this close? Right, was the stage always this terrifying? Because Karen lost her drive. Her drive was being on the stage with Hikari. She was on the stage with Hikari. What now? She has no reason to fight with her stress, with her fear. She has no longer a reason to go above and beyond. She has no longer a reason to train, to continue what she's doing, because she achieved what she set out to. Yeah, once you've acted out Starlight, I have nothing. Hikari says then to the next stage, but kind of like, yeah, I have nothing. All I had was her promise. Was the promise of us being on the stage together. Now I have nothing. And her heart exploded, signified by a tomato. I didn't feel like I could reach it. Okay, let's hear Hikari's explanation again. The brilliance of stars we saw that day. when they went to see Starlight for the first time together. I'm assuming. So beautiful, I couldn't take my eyes off it. I didn't feel like I could reach it, and I was scared. So I thought I'll just give up on even aiming for it, because if I couldn't reach it. But then, okay. So Hikari was about to just give up on acting, but it was Karen's promise that let's go to that stage that made Hikari continue for the sake of their promise. He brought me back to life. She lost her life as a stage girl. She lost the drive to the will to act, but now she regained it thanks to Karen. You brought me back to life into a stage girl. I couldn't forgive myself for being so captivated by you. That's why she ran to London, I'm assuming. Yeah, I'm assuming that's her deal. I didn't want to see you get better than me, and that's why I ran? Maybe? I'm not sure. And Karen gets remade into a position 0. Sure, whatever you say. She gets strapped into a Mad Max looking train. 3 versions of Karen get blasted by a jet engine. The past is the future is now. Burn it all up and go onwards to the next stage. If you desire, pluck a star. If you desire, become a star. Essentially, leave your past behind, burn it up, don't get limited by it, find your future, live your future. Find your new conviction, find your new goal. On a dazzling stage, I am reborn. The new me is a play that has yet to be seen. She found her new reason to go forward. Aijo Karen, will go to the next stage. She found her goal. She found her reason to continue acting. She's terrifying. Hikari makes me envious, makes me frustrated, and I can take my eyes off her. Final lines, try to pierce through with your brilliance, and here I just completely lost. Her sword breaks because some of Hikari's crystal light touches her, and they're almost kissing, but Hikari stabs her in the abdomen, and she explodes with position 0s. And the explosion ruptures the Tokyo Tower and flies off, falls apart, and impales itself into the position 0. Welcome myself to position 0. Everybody throws away their capes, signifying I don't want to rely on the audition to become the top star. I will seize it myself. I will become a top star through my own merit. Maybe. The hairpins laying there in the sand. Karen doesn't wear it. Hikari doesn't wear it. They are free of each other now. They are free to go their own path. The promise no longer binds them, and it's freeing. Maybe they're no longer bound by the past. Go and find it. Go and find your stage. That's the end. I think that's what the significance of it is. And again, everybody went their own way. She was in the end named the 12th generation Hanayagi Suisen of Senkaryu, exactly as she wanted. Those three joined the new National First Theater troupe just as they wanted, and they remained together. That's cool. Claudine went back to France, joined the Théâtre du Flamme, or however you pronounce it. Junna went to the US, which wasn't her choice. Her choices were Kusanida University Department of Literature, or Nissho University Faculty of Arts Drama Department, or Tama Arts University Faculty of Drama. But she went to, do we get the name? New York Musical and Drama Academy. None of her choices. Okay, interesting. Because she decided to aim higher, she decided to be the top star, to be the main character, and she wasn't just satisfied with her choices. She decided to aim for an abroad school. Maybe. It's a stage of firsts, but I'm having fun right now. Sure. Banana went to the UK. That's unexpected. Again, none of her choices, I don't think. And Hikari just went on to meet everyone. And at the end, I'm assuming she met Karen. Maybe. Karen stayed in Japan. The shape of I Am Remade on her back. Her sword left there, her cape flowing away, the Tokyo Tower in ruins, position zeros or all tattered and battered. She's no longer bound by her past, she's no longer bound by her promise. She can finally Starlight on her own merit. And that's it. That was Revue Starlight the movie. I guess now's the time for me to play the gacha. In the end, I think I did find the meaning of it, the theme of breaking up with the past and looking forward towards the future, of being remade, of breaking the habits, of breaking your past self, of breaking your old self, of becoming your new self, the best you can be, of getting rid of your inhibitions and going against the grain, going against everything you were going with up to this point. Because everybody changed in the end. Everybody came out of this changed. Right? Futaba now wants to aim higher, to be with Karuko. Karuko now learned to be independent from Futaba and forge her own path. Junna found her new conviction to be the main character, something that she's been avoiding. Banana finally made peace with separation and change. Claudine and Maya just fell in love with each other even more. Karen was freed from her promise, freed from her past, and she found a new reason to go on. And Hikari stopped running from herself and from Karen and from her fears. Yeah, I think everybody was held captive by their past to a point, and with this movie they managed to overcome it. Besides that, of course, there were some moments, as I mentioned before, that I didn't quite get, like the first review, the review of Annihilation. I still have no clue what it was all about, I'm gonna be honest with you. But besides that, everything was mostly clear. I think Kauruko's and Futaba's review was the most clear of them all. And that was the one yeah, Kauruko's and Futaba's review was the one I enjoyed the most. 100%. As much as Claudine's and Maya's review was split into 4 acts, which was an entire play. It was very powerful, very bombastic, very big scale of everything. I think I enjoyed Kauruko's and Futaba's um, review much more because, first of all, it was much more understandable to me. Second of all, I really got to enjoy Kauruko as a character, and I really like it. Music wise, I think Review of Annihilation is still my favorite. Most definitely. Mm, what else? What else needs to be said, really? I came into it believing that this movie is an unnecessary sequel and a sequel for the sake of just having a sequel. And I still hold this belief, honestly. I still believe that it wasn't entirely necessary, but the movie seems to agree with me that it was something just done because the audience demanded. And I like this little bit of a meta commentary. It's not an unwelcome movie, mind you. It's not something that was forcefully created, as in, oh, we're getting so much money and the franchise is being so popular, let's make a sequel to make more money out of it. Absolutely not. It fits well into the rest of the franchise, and it's great that it's here, but I still hold the belief that it wasn't strictly necessary. The series could have ended at the OVAs, and nobody would be going around thinking, "Oh man, they had so much stuff to continue, so much things to make a sequel of." No, it was very well closed, very well rounded. But I did enjoy this movie because it gave the characters even more growth than they got in the main series. They got some serious growth in the main series, every single one of them. This gave them even more growth because it also placed them in a new situation of graduating, right? The symbolic like passing, like the 99th generation and then 100th. Oh, what's gonna happen? It's a new number. We're entering a new 100 and whatnot, and we're graduating. There's themes of that. I liked it. I think that's all that needs to be said. I don't claim to have noticed everything. Absolutely not. It really is a movie that you have to watch like alone, and you have to pause every now and then and go a couple of frames backwards, a couple of frames forwards, Google some stuff, and then continue watching. But from what I've seen, from what I got, from what I understood, from what I surmised, it was great. I really had a good time. It was done amazing visually, amazing animation wise, art wise, some great songs, really, truly, and I liked getting to see our characters again. And I think that's it. I'm raking my brains for something more to say here, but I don't think I have anything more to say. I think everything that needed to be said, I said during the reaction, I said during the discussion. I again to sum it up, I love the visuals, I love the characters, I love the performances, I love the music. I didn't understand all of it, but I don't mind not having understand all of it because I understood enough. And what I understood I very much liked. And although this movie is unnecessary as a sequel, it's not unwelcome as a sequel. I think that sums it up. And now I need to take some throat lozenge because my throat is hurting. My poor vocal cords. uh, if I have anything more to add, I might, I don't know, make a separate video or something. We'll see. I don't think I will have anything more to add. If you guys do have something more to add, do add it in the comments. Feel free down below. I'm not gonna ask you to refrain from spoilers because there isn't really anything to spoil, so go wild. If for some reason you don't want to talk about it in the comments, there's my Discord here and also link in the description. It's open to everybody, so just join it and talk about stuff. Subscribe to the channel and click the bell to be notified of future releases of whatever is gonna replace Revue Starlight, of Symphogear, of Yofukashi no Uta, which is an amazing show with amazing music, so I highly recommend you watch it. Overlord Season 4, Hataraku Maou-sama Season 2, and RWBY Ice Queendom. Those are the shows I'm watching. I also stream sometimes, so you might want to subscribe for that as well. And click the bell, because otherwise you're just not gonna get notified, because that's how YouTube works. Like this video. If you liked it, disliked it, if you disliked it, but tell me why so I can improve. If you want to support the channel, you can do that in a plethora of ways. You can do that on Patreon, a link in the description. For $10 a month, you get early access to non-seasonal shows like this movie, like whatever is going to be replacing it, like Symphogear GX. And for $5, you get the right to vote in polls, like the poll I'm gonna be holding for what's gonna replace Revue Starlight. And for $1, you get a role on the Discord, and you also get a place in the credits of every single video I make. On Throw, you can pitch in towards me buying some new gear if you want. It's new to me, I'm experimenting with it a little. And of course, you can just not spend any money and still help the channel by sharing my content. For example, share this video to someone who have seen the reactions of maybe someone else to Revue Starlight the show, but haven't seen the reaction to the movie and would like to watch one. The word of mouth is really how the channel grows, so I'm very, very, very thankful to everybody who facilitates that growth and shares my content with others. Anything else? Like, comment, subscribe, Patreon, share, Discord, join it, talk about stuff. And I'm still having the feeling deep in the back of my mind that I should talk more about this movie, but there really isn't anything more to say. Everything that needed to be said has been said. So that's gonna be it from me for today. And as always, you guys do all the good stuff. And I'm gonna see you in the next one, whatever it might be. Cheers. And here's the credits I mentioned. You can join this list or you can start another with a different tier.